You're running out of gas. Your sympathy will get you left behind. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DMC SHIRO update video. At Dacat as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We have quite a bit to go over. Well, not a ton. Yesterday was a 2-hour show. I think this will be an hour and a half. And then I'll get to I might not be on here tomorrow. A bunch of stuff I have to do. Anyway, we'll start off with Dacat because after Definity Markets had put OMI on their balance sheet and they put a decent amount. I won't say exactly how much. They have tens of millions of OMI on their balance sheet, right? Dacat doesn't have that much. Dacat's a much smaller company, and we have 3 million OMI on our balance sheet. But it's something. I'll get more as time goes on. What I did decide to do though was I decided, hey, I could continuously get. I could put OMI on the balance sheet. Eventually, I'd like to put Definity on there since Definity has OMI. I'll reciprocate on that, and I'll be able to go and say like, hey, I'll get Definity on Dacat's balance sheet, and I'd love to get Definity on OMI's balance sheet as well. We'll see. And I could do DEVVE as well, but I have OMI, and it's like, okay, what else can I do for Dacat to grow the amount of assets under management? And obviously, there in this one account called Dacat Chronicles, it is like a trillion Dacat, which is like $2,500, $3,000. Like, there's not a ton. There's a small amount of ETH for like $800 or $900, and then there's 3 million OMI now. So all of that is on there because of me. So that trillion Dacat was mine. I gave that up, basically donated to that account. We're going to use that for giveaways. We're going to use that for airdrops and stuff. And the ETH has come from other places, and the OMI came from me. So I decided, okay, what else can I do before giving up like my Definity or my DEVVE? And I posted on X today, and it's the thumbnail, I think, saying a few days ago I announced that the Dacat token added OMI to their balance sheet. Today I'm announcing 2 purchases, one for me and one for Dacat. Dacat is now owner of the 957 mint number partner statue on VeVe Official. And again, they are the Dacat Chronicles is the owner of the number 957 mint partner statue, 3-digit. And then I got the other one. I got number 403. So I decided to remember when I said I did something crazy the other day? Well, I did something crazy. I got a bit more OMI. I'm up to 260 million now. And I got 2 partner statues, one for me and one for Dacat. And then I thought, why stop there? So I said, I'd like to announce that Dacat now has an ownership of an incredible Marvel comic on VeVe. Dacat now has an ultra rare Amazing Fantasy 15. I bought the common for myself because I wanted it. And Dacat has the ultra rare Amazing Fantasy 15, which there's 500 of those, probably less because they took some. So I think it's important for Dacat to have more than just Dacat on their balance sheet. I'd access of Definity, and Definity has a lot of stuff. So obviously, OMI included in that. I want to see, outside of Definity's own token, I want to see OMI be the best performing thing on their balance sheet. I think it will, again, outside of the Definity token. And for Dacat, again, I'll give it other stuff. So the wallet in question, it is a multi-sig, so it's not just my wallet. And it's like, oh, well, you say it's Dacat's, but it's kind of yours, isn't it? Well, I did give it there, but it is a multi-sig wallet. In the whale chat, we do kind of vote on like, hey, what should we spend monies on? What should we add to it? How should these things go? Speaking of which, if you're an artist and you want to be on VeVe, let me know. I have a ton of work I have a ton of work for y'all to do. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. As far as I don't think Dacat will ever outperform me because again, for that small marketing account for the Dacat comics, the Dacat Chronicles, again, it's worth like a couple grand now. And again, now it has a partner statue and it also has an ultra rare. And the reason why I got that one as opposed to anything else, like, okay, so with that, you could have gotten a partner statue and that, so maybe that's like $1,500, give or take. You know, why wouldn't you add just a little more money and just get like an MC1? Why wouldn't you add a little more money and get, or let's say like double it and get like a, you know, a gold logo? One gold logo is hella expensive. And again, slow but steady. I definitely don't want to over leverage myself, and I definitely don't want to. But I think, and again, right now it's all coming from me. I think eventually we'll have multiple streams of revenue and multiple people being like, yeah, I'll throw this to that. Because the more assets you have under management, generally the better. And again, if OMI goes up like a crazy amount, or when it goes up, if it goes up a crazy amount before Dacat moves, let's say the NFT bull run comes first, which would be wild, but let's say it does, and suddenly OMI does like a 20x. Okay, well that $500, you know, becomes like 10 grand. Like, okay, now what can we do with that? Now that's like, you know, some real money. You can go get something else. You can go buy Dacat with it. You could, I mean, there's things you can do when it gets to that level of money. And again, we'll see what else comes from that account in the future. And I would like that to get a 6-figure value. I think before the end of the year, I can get Dacat to that, at least for that particular marketing wallet. Anyway, let's go over Dacat and see what it did. I think the markets were, despite amazing things happening today, Decat's pretty flat on the day. It's up 0.3%. So again, very, very small amount. $375 in volume, very, very small, $1.1 million market cap. Oh, my back. Shout out to Ajuri Ngalale. Ajuri Ngalale is the Nigeria's first special president envoy on climate action, spokesperson for the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria. He'll be coming on the podcast at some point. He's a cool dude. I don't know when. Maybe next year. He's very busy, so we'll see. Good evening. Good evening. Let's talk about OMI while we're at it. OMI's down today quite a bit. Down about. It's only technically only down like 1% because yesterday we were at like 191 or 189 right now. We were 181 earlier today, and being 181 again was like, okay, do we go back to the 0000175? Do we? And I thought we could have. We didn't. Got bought back up. It's like, all right, cool. Again, one of the ways that I might be able to get to 1 billion OMI is if it goes down while my other stuff goes up. Now let me see what the volume was on the day. 1.6 million in volume, not very good. The volume is 20% from Deepcoin, 28% from XC, 34% from Gate.io, and that's most of it, like 8% from Ascendex. And you're looking at a $52 million market cap. So again, pretty small. I do want to get to DEVVE here real quick before we get to other stuff. DEVVE's down about 1.5% on the day to 44 cents. And 44 cents, how much volume we got here? On Uniswap, it's only 88K in volume. So let me see. Oh, hey, nice. Let me give 1 second here. Gotta text a friend, be like received. Nike the Pig will be done. The writing will be done in the next couple of days, or maybe even by tomorrow. But let me take a stronger look here at DEVVE. Down about 1% on the day, 41 cents. They wicked up to 50 cents yesterday at some point, which is really cool. Oh, I don't need that. Oh my God, this. Nope. And let's see where this volume is coming from. Most of it coming from Gate.io, with a total, again, 389 in volume, so not a lot here. And the market cap is 38 million, 53 million fully diluted, but 38 million. So again, very small. We're not seeing, and we have a bunch of stuff to go over from DEVVE as well, and it's all positive, in my opinion. Or was that yesterday? I think that might have been yeah, that was yesterday. Today there's actually not a ton of news, but I'll go over some stuff too. We have a guy from Ledge talking about the DEVVE roundup that happened yesterday, saying, "I'm beyond hyped. Honestly, I hope nobody takes offense, but I can't understand how you can say there are no significant updates in it. Just off the top of my head, totally awesome to hear the UX on Devise has materialized. Connecting the dots from last week, as Tom being impressed by AAVE model, is going to be awesome to have all the benefits that DEVVEX offers with its patents and regulatory compliance, coupled with ease of use and DeFi innovation offered to large investment institutions, is beyond mind-blowing. The active management of third-party treasuries is such a big brain move and gives us an incredible edge. Not only do you provide safe space for institutional or company treasury, but you also protect the downside to an extent with low risk. And exploring implementing treasuries not only natively, but also at the company's side. Help. First ever exchange to have integration reliance on big TradFi provider for trading technology. We already knew this, but a confirmation will be unique to next behemoths like Coinbase is pretty comforting. Exploring becoming a public company that generates revenue in a standard business model is also something new and very good to hear, as aligns with traditional businesses model and respect capabilities that come with it. Less tokens, but in higher amounts. I don't have to translate the ambition/vision of that, do I? One word: premium. Modifiable rules of liquidity caches. Imagine big players stepping into it and creating their own financial vehicles, either for themselves or for their customers. Endless possibilities and magnitude. I had a fantastic time digesting this, and I can't wait to see it all in action. Keep them coming, guys. Yes, enjoyed. J Torres says, keep stacking those DeLorean Season 1 commons. Get it. I don't know what to stack. There's so many good things. And why I chose partner statue for Dacat and the AF-15s, like, Chavez, haven't you mentioned before that you really don't like Marvel and Disney's 6% fee on top of VeVe's 2.5%? Like, yeah, I don't. It makes it so that you have to really make a large gain on it, because 8.5% is going to go to a sale fee, which is horrible. It's not like this that new thing that Marvel and DC are doing, where it's like a 30% sale fee, which is ridiculous. I don't know how they think that's going to work, but I know 8.5, because again, if partner statue goes to 100 grand, which I'm not saying it will, but if it does, that's $8,500 volume, or $8,500. That's just out the door as soon as you sell. It's like, damn. But does it go to 50,000? Is probably more likely, for partner statue. And it's like, okay, there goes 4-ish thousand, which is fine. You're still making a bit of money on it. When will I sell that for Dacat? I don't know. I'm probably going to sell mine a bit earlier than I should, because I feel like that's just what it's going to do. I mean, David mentioned the other day when he was on the channel, like, that he doesn't want to go and have people regret, oh, I would have kept this collectible, if I knew this was going to be the end result. So I don't think there's going to be any new utilities for anything like a Todd or a partner statue or Superman, whatever. But maybe for newer stuff. And again, the reason I got that is because, as much as I think Todd will be a couple of ETH. I mean, what is ETH going to go to? Like 8 grand? So it's 60. Yeah, I think it goes back to, I don't know what it was the all-time high last time, like 10, 12K. What does it go at? 10, 15 again? I think it'll be, but there's just a lot of them. 7,500, and the resale there's only 1,750. But the partner statue, like, 10% of them are locked up just from Dr. Profit. Is that a? Oh my god! I don't know how your tongue is so good at just like noticing that it has a hair in it. There's got to be some evolutionary factor for that. Well, yeah, I guess because you don't want to eat enough of it, and I guess it can create a knot or a ball inside you. Don't want that. Anyway, it's just if anyone asks what's the top 5 collectibles on VeVe, like partner statues always in it. It's like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Miles Secret Rare, Todd resale partner statue, gold logo in there. If you have it, that utility is just endless, and there's a reason why the gold logo is worth like 3 times as much as a partner statue. Just again, a lot of utility, get invites to a lot of parties. Partner statue doesn't necessarily get me anything. It's just something that everyone's going to love. And outside of VeVe, nobody's going to know what a gold logo is. But oh, is that Walt and Mickey? That first appearance, Walt. So that's why I did that. And then the AF-15, again, MC1. Like his name is not Mr. AF-15. His name is Mr. MC1. That's kind of his baby. And there's just so many additions to that. 60,000 just so much. I probably, it's just 10,000 for AF-15 is very scarce compared to the 30 and 60,000 edition comics. Now I'd also debated about Spider-Boy, because Spider-Boy, there's only 1,000 of those. It is very speculative though. Like, how long is it going to take for him to come into like the MCU? And we're probably like a decade, and that's if he continues to be popular, and we don't know. Oh, Nancy. So again, I'll keep you guys posted, but that's it for now. I'll get more NFTs for Dacat. I'll keep you all posted. I haven't got a DeLorean for him though. What's up, Bill Gardner? How's it going, fam? Meow. Omar said, "Good evening." Good evening, Omar. Cordial goes, "Good evening, Chavez Cat, Sir Chavez Cat, Mr. Doctor, Reverend Father, Uncle Ruckus." No relation. Let's get back to some of the rest of the news here. All right, we did DEVVE. Let's do DMC. Let's see where the DeLorean's at. Good, yeah. I'm feeling. Oh, down 25% today to 0037. We started at like 1.2, went up to 1.6 cents. So DeLorean's down 78% since launch. How much of that is from Binance? How much of that is from KOL selling and people in the pre-sale selling? Probably a decent amount of them. On the first day, it went down to like 4.1, like 0041, and then on the next day it like went back up to like 0082. So anyone bought that dip, they doubled their money at the top, and then it's just been a slow teeter patter down. And I think yesterday we had like 10 million in volume. Even today, 10 million in volume. So the volume's good. Obviously, it's a lot more selling than buying. I think you have to wait for the overall bull market to take hold here. How long do you have to wait? Raul Powell said something today. Let me see if I can find it. Likely to follow. Raul Powell said one that says, Hood, Coin, and RKLB are going vertical now, all in the RV Pro portfolio. Added via calls at April lows. Tesla likely to follow. Next up, crypto. The liquidity spigot is wide open. Somebody says, when alt? Raul Paul said, very soon. And there was another one from him as well. I'm not seeing it right now. I could just go to his channel. I'll go to his X, and then I'll show y'all what he said. October chart reads. I don't care about your chart reads. He says, I get 1 million when Banana Zone. In RV Pro and GMI, we called the start in September 2024. Bitcoin doubled since then, and quality alts 3x to 5x. We explained the phase 1 correction in January to April and called the low in April as well. The M2 money supply chart is at acceleration point. Rates are coming down. The dollar is weakening. All that's left for alt season is the ISM decisively moving above 50. If your token doesn't perform, you've got the wrong allocation. That's the playbook. I do think it's a bit dangerous for him to say that. This reminds me of a book. I don't know why I remember this. I was like 9 years old on a field trip to like the library, and I don't remember what section this book was in. It was just like how to turn stones into coins, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then at the end, it says like, all right, you do this on like the third night of the month. It's got to be a full moon. It's got to be and then it says like, if it doesn't work, you've done the spell wrong. And it's like that is, and even as like a 9-year-old, I was like, that is such a cheap like like people are gonna probably buy this. So for Raul Paul to say, if your token doesn't perform, you've got the wrong allocation, but not giving a time frame, again, and not giving reasons why. Like I understand if the token doesn't perform, it might not be that you have clearly have the wrong allocation, but why do you have the wrong allocation? What's wrong with the company behind the token that it's not getting marketing or it's not living up? Like, do they have an issue with allocation of funds? Do they have an issue with marketing? Are they just are they liars? Like so I feel like it's pretty dangerous for him to say like, because that's going to cause people to say like, oh, Raul Paul said if my token's not performing, I've got the wrong allocation. You know, this isn't performing, but that is. So I'm going to sell out of what's not performing to go what's in. This is going to get people wrecked because not everything runs at once. I mean, there's a lot of things that'll like the overall money going into this is going to make a bunch of things run at once. But again, not everything. There's different seasons. There's memes. There's TradFi. There's TradSci now. There's science. There's gaming. Obviously, NFTs, metaverse, art. Again, you name it, it'll come in. If you have a good AI, I don't even want to talk about AI, but let's say like AI is running, and you're in TradFi, let's say like Definity, and AI is running for reasons that it shouldn't. Oh, you're AI, and people are going to throw money at it because people don't know how to value AI, or companies in general. People will sell out of something that's good for a company that's just in AI. And yeah, I think he's gonna get a lot of people wrecked. Anyway, I forget why I was going over this. Oh, DeLorean. I think that at some point, and I don't. So I have a little bit. I have a very small amount. I haven't actually bought any. That's just what they gave me to for they sponsor the channel. I will probably buy some if it keeps going down. And again, it's pretty low, right? It's a $10 million market cap, and it's 27. All right, I'm sorry, it's 27 million in volume, $10 million market cap, 47 million fully diluted. I don't think it should be this low. I think it's just whatever they did, they just did it wrong. Like again, a lot of people new to this space, they learn that most KOLs are shit. And what I mean by that is that they take tokens, they shill it to their people, they absolutely dump on them. And whether it's the KOLs, again, I haven't. It's either the KOLs or people in the pre-seed, but a ton more people are selling, obviously, than are that are buying. But I think that stops. Like they're not going to get tokens like forever. I think it's, and again, they did try to launch at a high valuation, but also the narrative's not in yet. So I do expect this to run. I'll let you guys know if I get more. I just spent a lot of money on OMI and partner statues and AF15, so I'm kind of skint right now. But I think this does do numbers at some point. I do want to get a little bit more because right now the amount of tokens I have is worth nothing. I'll keep you all posted. Anyway, let's go do. We did DeLorean, DMC. We did all right. Definity. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's take a look at where we're at. Definity is actually up 14% on the day. It's up to 3.2 cents. Very nice, very nice. Let's check the volume on Definity. And again, their business is killing it. We've got 7,600 in volume. Finally at a $5 million market cap, 5.6 million fully diluted. I can't tell you what they're doing each month. It's in the six figures, more than VeVe. Not that VeVe doesn't make sense. VeVe's made like, I don't know, $250,000 this month. I might even do that tomorrow. Depending on, again, maybe on Saturday. I'll do that on Saturday. I think that's Jason Pena's birthday on Saturday. I'll go over everything and calculate how much exactly that they did in the month of June. And it's probably like $250,000. So when I say like Definity did like six figures this month and they did more than VeVe, I'm not saying that VeVe only did like $10,000. They did like $250,000 or whatever. I'm just saying that that Definity is just, oh my God, they're smoking everyone. Hands rated E for everyone. And I have a lot though. Even when I do get 300 million OMI, it's not going to be as much as Definity. This is why I want to get a billion OMI. For DEVVE, yeah, that's a first world problem. There's so much stuff that I want to buy and so little monies. Because why isn't Nakomi dropping OMI bombs now that the lawsuit is over? I mean, they had a full presentation with OMI at a Web3 conference like 2 weeks ago. David came on the OMI is my homie channel. Like, I don't know what the fuck more you want. VeVe, thank you for being a member. VeVe Vet says, yo, what up? What up, VeVe Vet? How's it going, fam? Coolmo says, M'Baku! Lugar says, forever! I love you guys. And thank you for being a member. VeVe Zombie says, yo, what up, Zombie? How's it going, fam? I love you. Kuma says, what up, Kuma? Oh, he did the forever too. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, let's go. It's a good day over here. It's a good day. G blows it. Randy, think we could hit 10 cents in a bull run. Take a swig of water for that. So I actually, my non-crypto friends asked me about it today. Where I don't think I can play the music, but there's a mansion in Portugal with a Disneyland, and they're asking 24 million for it. And they have, I mean, it looks really cool. And actually, a buddy of mine lives pretty close to here, like really close to here. I was like, all right, 24 million. I was like, so I kind of joked with my friends, like, hey guys, if OMI gets to 50 cents, I'm buying this place. And then one of my friends is like, is OMI doing okay? I was like, well, am I Deadpool from a Deadpool 3? Because we're at a bit of a low point. I said price-wise, it's at a 4-year low. The underlying business is crushing it, but the bear market just annihilated altcoins. The good news is that when the NFT narrative comes back around, OMI is in a perfect position to go crazy. One of the unknowns in crypto is which narrative will hit first. Could be AI, could be gaming, could be NFTs, metaverse, etc. And I'm pretty well diversified in a few of them, so when one runs, I'll be able to take profits out and stack others, then repeat that until the bull market is over. Since the war with Iran seems over and the trade deal with China looks like it was signed, I should only have to wait another few months before things go crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have ownership of the VeVe company, so I won't make money on the actual business, but the token should treat me really well. I told them that the 50-cent thing is kind of a joke. I said, in reality, it should hit between 2 and 4 cents in a blow off top. I'll have probably sold a good amount of my position by that time. Because when it does a 20x from here at 004, they're like, I should probably take a little profit off that, especially if like DEVVE and Definity are down. Hell yeah. If DEVVE and Definity are down, and I have $1 million in OMI, yeah, I'm gonna take some off the top, a couple hundred grand, and and then by the time it reaches 2 to 4, I'll have a lot less, or I'll have a decent amount less. So could it get to 10 cents? I think when David came on the other day and he said we have this announcement that we're doing, he said in late June, early July. I'm gonna give him till like August for that. Like by the time I am chilling with Kuma in Orlando, hopefully standing up straight. I had an MRI today, and I'm lying in wait for the call. Like I feel like I'm cooked, but hopefully standing up straight. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair. If not, cool. Where am I doing? Where am I doing? Hit 10. So I think that by August we'll have that announcement, whatever it is. I hope it's really good. I yelled at O'Malley this morning because I told him he caused me a lot of grief, where he told people that the American comics thing was the big announcement. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, O'Malley?" And he just laughed, which is fine. I get it. I would laugh if I was anyone else other than me, I would be laughing my little butt off too. But it happened to me, and I was like, "Bro." So whatever the announcement is, I do expect it to be kind of big. Like I expect it to be not Ultraman. I expect it to be not an artist. Although we're talking about artists, give me one second. Let's go to app.vv.me and let's go to the artworks. Now, I'm pretty sure that when you go to the artworks and you bid on them, they don't. I know they announce the winner like afterwards. Like after you win, they announce who won, how much they paid. Unfortunately, they don't tell you who's in the lead, because right now I bid 1,500 on the Alex Ross 1 of 1, and it doesn't tell me if anyone bid higher. Someone could bid 1,501 and then suddenly I'm out, or they could make me think that they bid 2,700, so I bid 3 grand, and then but then the next one up actually was only 1,700, and I spent another 1,300 when I didn't need to. So I really dislike this way of them doing that. I think it should be like, hey, this person placed a bid, or it doesn't even have to be the person. Like, it should be like, X person bid $20 higher than your next bid. Okay, and you're no longer the top bidder. You place it. Okay, now you're the top bidder. Again, I really don't like the way they do it. I'm probably not going to win this. 18 hours left, so by this time tomorrow we'll know who won. I hope it's me. And Alex Ross 1 of 1 is honestly, this should be worth 5 figures. But I will not bid 5 figures because that money could go elsewhere. But 1,500. Again, I'm probably not going to win. I hope that I do, but we'll see. God, what was the point I was making here? What was the point I was making? I forgot. Oh yeah, so I don't even like one of the greatest artists in the world. This you have some people that really recognize it and they're like, hey, this is really cool. But not everyone, like some of the whales will, but not everyone's gonna be pumped. Oh, it's this artist. Like I like the Scotty Young stuff, and there's whales that bid on that. But not everyone's like super pumped to get like, oh yeah, I want the Scotty Young artwork. Like some are, but that doesn't get everyone hyped. Like Dragon Ball Z would get most people hyped. Like Pokemon get like most, and again, I'm not expecting those things, but I'm expecting like give us like Sailor Moon, like give us like an early anime where it doesn't have to be a Dragon Ball Z. You probably wouldn't want to lead with that. But give us an anime where we know that that type of thing might be on its way. That like gives us a little hope. Because if you go in and you start off with like DBZ, it's like okay, there's like one or two other things that are like better, and you know everything. There's nowhere to go but down, right? But if you start off with like a Sailor Moon, if you start off with like a Shogun or Trigun, and then it's like, hey, these are like cool, like Cowboy Bebop, like hey, these are pretty cool. Like you have the niche of fans, and it'll do well. But it leaves room for things to progress, like baby steps. Let's go. Um, that'll be fun if they did something like that. But then he said about Gen Z, and Gen Z definitely is not into like Cowboy Bebop or like Gen Z is really into anime because it's so good. So like My Hero Academia would be great, although I think that finished. Um, Attack on Titan, same thing. Dude, in like the 2010s, bro, Attack on Titan, bro, and then like My Hero Academia, everyone watched that. Like everyone was talking about that. And again, Dragon Ball Z, you have it span over like 40 years. You had Dragon Ball, then you had Dragon Ball Z. One of the only people did like a crazy time skip. GT, but then Dragon Ball Super came in, and then it just like cartel activity comes to a halt when new episodes of Dragon Ball comes out. Like I repeat, cartel activity goes way down when new episodes of Dragon Ball comes out because that shit is worldly. That shit is like you don't have to speak the same language to know like Kame, like that's it. So again, I'm not expecting that right away. I wouldn't want that right away. I mean, of course, you always want it. But if you're gonna get to Gen Z, I don't even want to think like a Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. Among Us would be really cool. Among Us would be great. Like I'd start off with something that like even like Slender Man. It's not really Gen Z though. That's more like well, that could be Gen Z. Yeah, that's like millennial Gen Z. Um, and Gen Z is like 20, right? Like Gen Alpha is probably like the new teens that you might want to. So maybe that's what he means. But if they deliver on this next announcement, whatever it is, if they go and say, hey, this is this huge license, and again, like Ubisoft was a really big license, right? Like Blackpink, really big license. The amount of fans that the license has doesn't seem to matter when you can't figure out how to get those fans to buy the digital collectibles. This is $100 billion question, and nobody seemed how to figure it out just yet. So, oh, Disney Pinnacle, I gotta like so. The Disney Pinnacle. This is one of the things where they get thousands of people to go on their website here, their app, multiple times a day. How? Why? Because what you do is you go to like this shop thing. And again, I've never put a dime into this. They're not sponsoring the channel. But here's why I'm on it. Scroll until you see on the shop at the bottom bar, you see a Genesis key. Cool. Claim now. That's all you do. You hit the claim now button and then you have a Genesis key. And then if you go to your collection on the bottom right bar, you go to keys on the top bar over there, and it says like I have 30 of these keys. And like 83,000 keys have been collected from like all over the world from people just hitting that. And I think in the next what's 16? Oh, really? 64? I think in the next 3 days, this reaches that 100,000 keys claimed, and somebody's going to get a one of one. So they're giving away a one of one, and that's keeping people like every 4 hours you can claim a new key. So obviously, even if you had 1,000 keys, you'll have 1% chance of getting it. So at 100 keys with a Yostef might have, she might have 100 keys by the end of this. You know, it's she has a 0.1% chance of getting it. I'll say, like, if I happen to get this one of one, I'll somehow sell it and split the proceeds with Yostef because she's the one that kept telling me to do it. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I'll just and I gotta talk to her about August as well. I'll be down and I'll see her. I'll be in Orlando. Anyway, so they need to find that, and that might not matter. Me telling you, and I'm gonna make a video after this on all of the marketing ideas that I have for them, and I hope they listen. And I would want to. I don't even know if I should. I should probably send marketing ideas to whoever's in charge of and just give it to David. But I want it to be out there because they could be like, "Oh, it's from Randy," you know, and just if it's out there and they're like, "Hey, this is a good idea," someone's gonna take this idea, someone's gonna steal it, and then it's a race, and then I think that'd probably be better, to be honest. So they could answer, if they answer that question, 20 cents this bull run, or again, they don't need to answer that question once the NFT narrative takes off, and if the NFT narrative takes off like I expected to, and they have a bunch of stuff going for them, it's possible you get 10 cents, but I think you really need thousands of users here. Like, remember when Wormtongue's talking to Saruman, and he's like, "But sire, no one's ever taken Helm's Deep before. It'd be taking a number beyond reckoning. It would take thousands, tens of thousands. Yes, my lord, but there is no such force." And then he goes on and sees all the Uruk-hai there, like 10,000, like shedding a freaking tear. It would take thousands, if not tens of thousands of users to come in using the OMI token. And there'll be other ways to burn. Like there are multiple other ways that they're working on to burn OMI. I don't know what they are, but if they could announce certain things when a blow off top is happening, they can get a lot of stuff over to them. And 10 cents is possible. If we ran 100 simulations, maybe like 3 or 5 of them go there. No, maybe like, honestly, probably a bit more. Because if it runs, it's gonna run. And if I would even say 3 or 5% chance we can get to like 20 cent plus. And maybe like a 8 to 10% chance. I mean, I'll redo this like every month. Like right now, I think maybe like 8 to 10% chance we get to 10 cents. But if we go on and we get a lot of things done, and again, I don't know if the NFT bull market even happens this year. It might happen like early 2026, or again, it could happen next month. Like we have to wait for alt season. While Bitcoin's still at this level and Ethereum's still like under 25, with Ethereum under 3K, NFT bull run's not happening. You need to have Ethereum go to at least close to all-time highs. And the app is more fun when you have more money. When crypto is going up and you have more money, people have, I think Crypto Rain talks about it, called a high watermark. And let's say somebody has a high watermark of $10,000, and like anything over $10,000, they don't know what to do with it, so they spend. And let's say they have a couple grand diversified, and something goes up, like, oh, they have 10 grand now. That's at their watermark. So they take a little off, they sprinkle it elsewhere, take a little off, sprinkle it elsewhere. And now they suddenly have like 13, 14, and they just like, okay, now let's have some fun. 500 here, 500 there, but then one of their other things goes up, and now they have like 20 grand, and then that keeps going. So let's say they have like 30K. This is where people get in trouble, and suddenly they're in a new world. Suddenly they're in this world where, hey, you know what? I can get this sweet car. I can, based on the money I'm making, I can do this. I could go out and be like a big man of the clubs. I can go out and just, you flash a little cashola, you get a new wardrobe, you get all this stuff. I hope people know that after like 20 million, unless you want to buy like a jet or a boat, after like 20 million, like how many supercars do you need, right? Crypto Rain says he wants one for every day of the week. I might get two, Cybertruck and some other Tesla. Oh, I've always wanted a 67 Chevy Impala. So I might get three cars. Cybertruck, like a Model S, and a 67 Chevy Impala. So maybe I'll get three. But like, how often are you going to drive these things? Like how many clothes can you wear? But anyway, people like to, I feel like I'm getting way far off this question. If let's say I need surgery on my back and the surgery doesn't go well and I'm in like a 2-month coma. And let's say by that time I have like 300 million OMI, right? Which if they schedule for yeah, maybe. And then I wake up and suddenly we're at half a penny. Like, okay, I don't even know how much that is. Is that 15? No, I think it's 1.5. Meow. It's $4.5 million. Well, I'm clearly going to take like $1 million in profit, and I'm going to, depending on what DEVVE and Definity are at, buy the shiz out of them. Depending where the NFTs are at, I'll spend yeah, I don't know. This time next month, late July, I'll go on and see where we are, and I'll give my estimates again on whether I think we could hit 10 cents in that bull run. Whereas a lot of construction companies make more than 250K per month. It's not necessarily about, well, yeah, they can, depending on the draws that they get, depending on if they're doing residential or they're doing commercial, and also like at the end of it, how quickly do they get? Because like if you're a big construction company, you don't really take any money up front. You don't want to, because a lot of the smaller companies that can't afford to buy the materials and pay their guys, et cetera, like they like, hey, can I get like 10% up front? And a lot of times, regardless whether it's residential or commercial, they'll go with the people that they don't have to pay any money up front to. So a lot of construction companies that I've given loans to, that you see them like for months on end with no revenue. Now again, sometimes I get a draw, whereas like, okay, after 2 months I get this amount, after 5 months I get this amount, and then at the end, obviously residential they get paid right away. But if it's commercial, you're chasing money for months at a time. Like if you don't hound these people every day for a check, like you're gonna be waiting like 6 months. So a lot of times it's like T30, T60, T90, where you have to wait 1, 2, or 3 months in order to get the funds. So construction companies, generally their banks look pretty bad because of that, where there's not a lot of daily income or monthly income. But when they get that check, oh hey, yeah, they just netted like $300,000. They just netted like 90,000, depending on how big the job is. But again, a lot of that really has to go to their people. A lot of it has to go to the like not every construction company owns the equipment that they use. A lot of them finance it. A lot of them go and they borrow it for 2 weeks, or they pay for it. But a lot of it's got to go to materials. A lot of it's got to go to equipment. Sometimes they do buy the equipment because they need it definitely for this job, and then they know it's needed enough, and their network is big enough that when I'm not using it, I could loan it out and make some money that way on it. And so it really depends. And I don't know what you mean with that comment. I just figured I'd correct you. They call me filthy. Shut up, gangster. Yo, what's going on? They call me filthy. Laura says trades are very profitable. They can be. They definitely can be. All right, let's do. All right, we didn't do Shiro yet. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Shiro. My little baby, my little white baby. Shiro's up about 4% on the day. We're looking at 918,000 in volume, $3.9 million market cap. Is this the lowest we've been at? No. That was on the 22nd. We're down to, was that 8040? That was almost like a 39. Actually up like 25% since then. But it's again, next month I'm gonna see, it's sometime in mid-July, I'm gonna see if I can try to get more. I'll keep you all posted on my little Shiro kitty. Very happy to, and I've announced this on X before, that they have their own comic coming out on VeVe. I don't know when they want to do that. They probably don't even have to wait for the curator program, but they're also going to be in a crossover in Dacat. They're going to start off with Nike the Pig, which is going to be, it's going to come in. I promise it all connects. I do have to figure out the ending of that though, and I'll try to do that tonight. So congrats on the wall. Thank you. One is for me and one is for Dacat. So obviously, 2 congratulations are in order. 2, count them, 2 marshmallows. All right, let's go to, if y'all can smash that like button, that'd be a free way to help support the channel. That would be great. I would love it if y'all can smash it. It was a $10. Oh, me. Cavell told me so. I think by 2035, 2040, yeah, we could do that. Could be a hell of a long time, but yeah, we could do that. Who dis? I don't. Okay, that's fine. Collection. No. Oh my God, this phone gets so stupid sometimes, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like that guy that's Bev's dad is like, oh, I don't like it at all, Bev, from like the original It series. Collection. I can't believe floor prices. Theme music. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's do. We did OMI, did Definity, did DEVVE DMC SHIRO. Okay, yeah, we're good. Dacat adds OMI and VeVe NFTs to balance sheet. Went over that. All right, let's get to some of the news here. And yeah, there's a bit to go over. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the crypto stablecoin industry has matured and become mainstream again. Ultraman is anime, but it's. I mean, we have the manga and we have his. We had his stuff like years ago. Actually, it's really popular in the East. Really not that popular in America though. They had some type of thing with Netflix. I don't know what that is. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with it. Maybe it's going to be as seen on Netflix, and I don't know. But like, I didn't know who Ultraman was until VeVe, and I looked into him, and yeah, he's super popular in the East, not so much in the West. Oh my God, my back. And I just think that for animes that are in the West, again, you need like that Sailor Moon. Pokemon would be great, but obviously that's top of the top. Not expecting that, at least not right away. Mazvain says, he reposted this stream. My man, thank you. Zombie says, I would love for us to get Teen Titans Go. I think that's a possibility with our licenses. Yeah, we have DC. That'd be really cool. I really like them. Teen Titans, the OG back in the 2000s were good. I did see the movie for. I love Tara Strong, so her as Raven is cool. Dude, Tara Strong, she is so beautiful. Oh God, I love her so much. And yeah, I saw the movie, or I guess they did multiple movies, but I saw one of them, Teen Titans Go, with a friend. It was pretty good. I would see it again. I might, yeah, I'll see it again. South Korea's largest bank files stablecoin trademarks for upcoming banking consortium. Brussels set to disregard ECB warnings over stablecoin rules. Bitcoin Treasury for MetaPlanet raises $515 million through new stock issuance. And investment platform Republic plans to use blockchain technology to sell investors exposure to SpaceX. Shout out to Ken Gwynn, friend of mine, been on the channel, over $1 billion in assets under management, and CEO of Republic. This Friday at 8 a.m. UTC, 141,000 Bitcoin are set to expire on Deribit with a notional value of 15.12 billion. Max pain price is 102,000. Put/call ratio 0.73. Ethereum max pain price is 2,200. 2.25 billion notional value. Put call ratio 0.51. And we got Tether CEO Paolo Ardoino says firm will become the biggest Bitcoin miner by the end of 2025. That is wild. It's awesome. Where were we? Anthony Pompliano's ProCat buys another 1,208 Bitcoin worth 129 million and now holds a total of 4,932 Bitcoin. Sophie reintroduces crypto investing, launches global remittances. Harry Potter news followed me, and I don't know why. I like them though; they're cool. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says future trade deals may allow the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. I repeat, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says future trade deals may allow the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. And what did Trump say today? Well, I will show you as soon as I can find it. Give me 1 sec. President Trump says he officially signed a trade deal with China. Oh, so good. So good. So good. I got a you. Meow, meow, meow. GameStop has raised another $450 million, bringing a total to $2.7 billion to buy Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Michael Saylor's strategy now has a 91% chance of joining the S&P 500 in Q2. I think they mean Q3. $6 trillion asset manager Fidelity says Bitcoin and crypto continue to evolve. President Trump says that he started interviewing candidates to replace Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Bitcoin is following the gold rally. 150K to 180K Bitcoin in 2025 will definitely happen, says Ash Crypto Real. Do not quote me on that. It is from Ash Crypto Real. You had a Regis Steel sell for $10,000, PSA 10, it's a gold star, and you had a Reggie Ice gold star, so PSA 10, sell for 10,000. The Amazing Spider-Man edition number 1963. That's the first time he met Dr. Doom. Was bought $1,500. That is great for regulatory. What is that? I'm not gonna. White House official says the U.S. government has an accumulation plan to buy Bitcoin. I feel like we've known this for a while. Director of Federal Housing orders preparation for businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for a mortgage. I will repeat that. Director of Federal Housing orders preparation for businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for a mortgage. I love this game. Paradigm to back Kalshi in a $100 million funding round at over $1 billion valuation. And the FHFA directs Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to consider crypto assets in mortgage assessments. Beautiful. I won't go over that. The SEC Crypto Task Force met with New York Stock Exchange to discuss crypto regulation approaches. Agenda included tokenized equities trading, generic listing standards for spot crypto ETPs, and promoting level playing field among market participants. Very good, very good. Yeah, Ultraman made like 5K yesterday. Let's go take a look-see. Give me 1 second. On meow, 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 meow. Let's go. I don't need to go to my collection. We need to go to the latest drops and take a look at that Ultraman comic. And be advised, that comic is Ultraman. It's like 180 something pages. Let me give him yeah, this is 186 pages. So I know $15 seems like a lot, but for 186 pages, you get a lot of content for that. All right, 13, 27, 14, 15, 58, 14, 15, 58. Okay, 14, 58. So it's 15. All right, 1600, 17. Oh God, yeah, it's like 500. Shoot. Oh, okay. All right, even at 400. All right, it made over 6K now. All right, very good, very good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love it. Okay. We got VeVe Verse update saying, hey, VeVe Verse builders, we're rolling out some permission updates to the app tonight, June 26th, between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. During this time, you may notice a few quirks or inconsistencies with permissions as we deploy and confirm the changes. Thank you for your patience. Everything should be upgraded shortly after. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Far too kind. Thank you. Give them a thanks. Gotta love them. And yeah, do you buy more comics or collectibles? A lot of people really buy comics a bit more. Oh, Alina, my bae, former bae, ex-bae. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce admits the agency really mishandled Bitcoin exchange traded products. They totally screwed the pooch on that one. They did. They did. I love to see VeVe Digital Collectibles share KCBMW's calendar for VeVe. It's their drop calendar. Oh God, my body. DeLorean Labs is proud to be listed on SUI Lend Protocol. The future of DeFi lending is here. Introducing DMC. DMC is the official utility governance token of DeLorean Labs, a brand iconic in the motor vehicle industry. Saying DMC is now on SUI Lend. Shout out to them. Yep, collectibles. BlackRock has bought almost $341 million worth of Bitcoin. Quite a lot. Kraken secures a MiCA license in Ireland to scale European operations, and Metaplanet buys an additional 1,234 Bitcoin for $133 million, surpassing Tesla with 12,345 Bitcoin in holdings. Over an hour here, I'll finish this news, then I'll get to y'all tomorrow. Metaplanet I just read that. Yep, read that. CBOE, okay. NVIDIA reaches new all-time $3.75 trillion market cap. Trump says he's begun interviewing candidates to replace Jerome Powell. Barclays Bank bans customers from using their credit cards for any cryptocurrency transactions from 27 June. Barclays about to go under, bro. Tether becomes Juventus' second largest shareholder, acquiring a 10.7% stake worth 128 million euro. Wow. Essence from Earth 2 said this is a courtesy update to confirm that the team has just processed a total of 111,000 in Essence withdrawals in today's batch. For clarity, the total amount provided in these courtesy updates includes the trial withdrawal system amount. All Essence withdrawals are 100% up to date. Our team has been following the intended procedure as set out in the article. There's 6,000 Essence from the trial withdrawal system included in today's batch. Players also deposited 290,000 Essence into the platform June 25th, crediting their Earth 2 accounts with the Essence to use on the E2 platform. Thank you for your attention. Blackpink World Tour deadline trailer is now out. Looks pretty dope, my friends. There's a mirror. Yep. Nobody really congratulated me on one person congratulated me on the partner statue acquisition, but a lot of people congratulated me on just the common Amazing Fantasy 15. Like it's common. It's like $150. And there was a lot more people saying like, hey, congrats on that than there was on partners. So I thought that was really interesting. And again, that one's mine. The ultra rare Amazing Fantasy is Dacat. I'm going to give him a lot of stuff in the future. Secret Base Alpha, almost 14,000 followers over on X, says that Crappy Bird is primed to break out. I think they're at like a $3 million market cap. I don't think they're very big right now. Let me check here. Crappy Bird, oh yeah, down about 12% on the day. $2.8 million market cap. Not a good day for them. DEVVE, nope, that's it. Okay, we're good. I have this comic to finish. Thank you all for being here. It is also my Collectibles birthday. So everyone, wish him a happy birthday. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Class dismissed. Bye, friends. Everyone say goodbye to Daphne. An hour already. Time flies when you have a bunch of comics to write.